Welcome back, Tipsyy Crew. The last few months, John and I have been taking our time to figure out our next adventure and come up with a game plan for the next sailing season. Since putting Roaming Rose on the hard in Grenada back in September, we had an idea of upgrading to a catamaran but knew the wait times for new builds were 3 to 5 years out. We figured we'd get in line for a new build, continue sailing Roaming Rose through the Caribbean, and possibly bringing her back home to Florida while waiting on the build process. We even thought about doing the van life through the States during the ski season, then exploring all of Mexico after. These were all ideas, but in October, the Annapolis Boat Show was where we could check out a few different catamarans we had our eyes on and start having our plans come into fruition. We were interested in the Umoya, Balance, and the HH, where we had private meetings with each company to do a walking boat tour and test sail. Unfortunately, the weather was not conducive for test sails on that trip, but we were still able to poke around aboard each of these vessels. So we were on the Balance 44, which was a part of the show. The 48 is out at a marina, and they're very similar. They're both beautiful.
The 48 feels bigger, but that doesn't mean that the 44 doesn't feel big. The 44 definitely felt big.
Yeah, the 44 is plenty. I think the 48 just felt like a tiny bit bigger.
I think if it was just us cruising around, the 44 is just fine and dandy. But if we were cruising with another person or another couple, then the 48.
I think the 44 is still fine with another person.
Yeah, for like visitors that come out of the 44.
Yeah, beautiful boat. But of course they just raised their prices.
So yeah, I got the news that they did like a 20% price hike on the boats because of inflation and material costs and all that stuff. So
they did it because the Annapolis Boat Show was coming and they knew they were going to hook some people into buying their more expensive boat.
Yeah, they mentioned it after we looked at the boat.
Yeah. The Balance Catamaran has always been our dream boat. We checked out 52-foot Stargazer in Grenada and immediately fell in love. We started picturing our lives on it and was certain this is the one we wanted. Then at Annapolis, we walked on Umoya, the very first 442 Balance. We roamed around in circles probably 10 times, feeling all giddy and asking the company reps every question we might have had. We didn't commit right then and there because the price tag was still a hard pill to swallow. We decided to continue exploring all and other options and figuring out what worked best for us. Nysna, Windallow, and the XS, and even a used Seawind were other options we were dabbling in. After a lot of discussion and talking to the right people at the right time, we were able to commit to the Balance team with purchasing the 442 hull number 6 at the end of March. We're on our way to go have a boat day, but John got a present from Balance. And he's getting ready, so he told me I can open it. Oh, I don't know how to open letters very well. Thank you for being a part of the Balance community. Something fun for you and your family to build while we build. Phil and the entire team. Cute. What's it gonna be? Dun, dun, dun. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's a puzzle.
Is it really? Oh shoot,
a Balance 442.
500-piece puzzle, huh?
That
couldn't do like a 250-piece puzzle. Look
at it. That's hilarious.
Great. Sweet. All right.
Of the boat.
We'll knock it out.
That we're getting.
We'll have to knock it out.
That is so funny.
Maybe it's a puzzle to another puzzle. And this
it's
is
just
like
something for
first
us
step
to
of
build while
of
they
the treasure
build.
hunt.
They want us to work just as hard as them. That's cute. That's funny. Good idea. Thanks, Balance.
As weeks went by with the new boat build, the Balance team was on top of everything with helping us pick all the different boat options and upholstery colors, as well as getting us updated photos of the boat throughout the build. We have named her Lasai, which is a word that means calm or tranquil in the Basque language. The Basque Country is one of Europe's oldest and strongest cultures and is a big part of my heritage. For those of you unfamiliar with the Basque Country, it encompasses the region located in northern Spain on the Bay of Biscay at the western end of the Pyrenees mountain range, straddling the frontier between southern France and Spain. Roaming Rose is a sailboat we have been on for the past several years, carrying us through so many memories and adventures in the Bahamas and the Caribbean. She was my first sailboat and gave me all the knowledge and experience I have of sailing in the best of times and the worst of times. Now filled with every emotion, it is time to get her tidied up for the next owner. Alright, well, Jay and I are selling this boat, which I'm sure is going to be discussed at some point in this video, so I sailed down here to Jeanneau to get everything kind of squared away on here, cleaned up a little bit, grab all the stuff that we want from here, bring it home. Probably just going to pack about like 2 suitcases full or something and try and give the rest of the stuff away to people that are here, either sailors or some of the locals. And here, I didn't show it, but basically I had a mad scientist program going on, which I think I talked about in the previous episode, to keep the battery banks full. That's the house bank, the blue tops. Here's a starter battery, and there's another starter battery over there for the gen set. And kind of got the spaghetti that was going on here all tightened up and everything. The solar panels are still cooking. Damn, those things are awesome. And I'm gonna close that up so I can use that for my bedroom tonight. And right now I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that and put the bimini on. I'm just gonna go up here and do a quick 360 view. So that's Prickly Bay, and that's where I'm gonna be for the next 2 days. All right, so I just finished putting up the Dodger. Here it is. This is canvas material and kind of the front windshield of the boat. And this is always a hassle, putting stuff up by yourself. It's a lot easier when somebody else is here putting up the canvas with you. I mean, that's one thing I appreciate about having Jay here. We work pretty well together. We don't really get under each other's skin. And if we do, there's always a realm. Solves that problem real quick. But I'm gonna do this now, the bimini. It's a little bit more difficult. All right, so bimini and the Dodger are both done. A quick little look-see. That thing was a pain in the ass putting that up. Like I said, if Jay was here, there'd have been no problem. It's one of the many things I appreciate about her. Check out that sunset. It's beautiful. So I'm gonna get going so I can go eat, because places around here close down at 8 and it's almost that time. But I'll just show you one more thing. Let's just see how amazing this Jaden girl really is. Look at that. It basically is just a amazing note for me when I showed back up here. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat. I'm gonna go have a beer. It's friggin' hot. Sweating balls. All right, so this is day 2 of the boat cleanup, and I guess I'll just show you the kind of mess that's going on. There's actually been a lot that I've pulled out of here. I've been putting a bunch of the stuff that can be used. That's still good up on the pier, and a lot of other boaters and locals have been coming by and just picking through it. Got half the day today. Right now it's noon, so I'm gonna go get something to eat. I haven't eaten yet today, and got the second half of the day to work, and then I got a full day tomorrow. All right, well, things are moving on pretty nicely. I had a little hiccup with the solar panels. I thought they were good, but apparently a fuse blew. The fuse blew because a switch was too small for the amount of amps going through it. Actually, while I was cleaning, one of the guys that works here, he came in and he's like, yeah, I'll put that switch on there for you. So he went and got one, and here it is. And this thing looks like I'm gonna be setting off a nuclear missile or something like that. But this is what I needed, and the solar panels are gonna be working good. There's just too many amps being pushed through that switch, which is a good thing here in the Caribbean. Keep the batteries topped up. Right now what I'm working on is, let's see, where's a good spot to show you. Door bead right here. It just deteriorated in the Caribbean heat and the humidity, and it turned into this mucky brown stuff. I don't even want to touch it, but here it is. I've been scraping it out of there with just a plastic little spatula thing here, and now I'm just using Goof Off and just kind of getting the residual residue off of there. Boat's still a mess, but we are moving in the right direction, and I'm gonna start packing up stuff into this bag right here, and that is stuff for me to take back home. The only thing I don't know is if our new boat is going to be 220 or 110. I believe it is 220, the outlets anyway. And if that's the case, then these tools are not going to be any good because those are 110. It is still pretty hot. I thought I was going to get AC tonight, but our cords are 50 amp plugs on the end of it, and they only have 30 amp service here, so I cannot run the AC. So another hot, humid, and mosquito infested night for me tonight probably, but that's okay. It's all part of the gig. Well, I thought I'd hop back on here for another video and tell you guys that quite proud of myself today. Got a lot of the bigger stuff done. That solar panel problem solved. That was a big one. The door jamb stuff with all that gunk clean out, that was another big one. Just continually sorting through all the crap that accumulates on the boat and tossing it out, donating it to other people around here that will use it. It's kind of a good feeling not having to throw everything away. Got my El Dorado rum here. Feel like it's well deserved. A little bit of daylight left, and I'm walking down the sketchy road to go get something to eat. I'm starving as heck, and gosh, I wish I could show you the sunset because it was a beaut today. Oh, another awesome thing, I got the dive tanks and our dive compressor sold. I thought I was gonna have to sell that with the boat or just kind of include it with it, but it was great. Got to sell it. Went to somebody who really needed this stuff. I don't know if they clean the bottoms of boats or what, but they got some great equipment on a discount, and I got to get rid of my equipment, so win-win all around. It was a good day, and just getting the boat ready to sail it's been a lot of work. It's kind of bittersweet, but it's coming along nicely. All right, so here we are, day 3. Gotta keep going with all this stuff. Right now I'm gonna go look through all the dive gear. I wish I could take it with me. I want to take it with me, but it is big and bulky, and there's somebody here that does want to buy it. So I'm gonna see how much space it would actually take up inside of my bag, which is already getting pretty full here. If it's going to be taking up too much space, then I guess the option would be to sell it, because not only do I have to get it back to the United States, I then have to get it to Europe. So that's a lot of carrying around luggage. We're also planning to probably go to Europe before the boat gets there and do some adventuring around there. Experience some of the land before going on the water. So I'm gonna go up into that mess out there in the locker and just start tearing it apart and see what I got. All right, so I just got two of the BCDs sold, which is awesome. Don't have to pack those. And now it's just time to get going on all this mess and hopefully clean this up in a few hours and then maybe take a look at the water maker. All right, so it's about 4:15 now, put in some solid work. It still looks like a mess, kind of, but I just really need to tidy it up. All these cushions need to just go back on the settees here. This bag here is packed with a whole bunch of stuff I'm bringing home. That guitar is going with me. There's one more dive bag up there with Jaden's BC that is coming with me. I just sold the kayak. That's awesome. And what I've kind of been working on now is labeling things for the people, whoever buys this boat, you know. Here's labeling for the water maker, you know, just saying that it's pickled right now and what state it's in. It works amazing right now. The more you use those water makers, the better they are. They're workhorses. They want to be used. So just been kind of making little notes right here, letting the future owner. Here's another note. There's some spares in there for wind generated parts. I've been handing out books to people that have been walking around and they kind of want to take them. So yeah, it's pretty much done. Like I said, I just need to put the cushions on and maybe see if I can pack a few more things. Here's these awesome Pirates charity wine glasses that we drink out of almost nightly. I would love to bring these with me. These are calabash bowls. I don't know if you've seen them in other episodes, but they're really cool. Was on a mosquito, you need to die. That's fly. They hold fruits, vegetables, and they kind of just hang under wherever you can dare put a hook into the side of your walls. Almost time for me to finish this thing before I head out. I'm gonna give it an effort. After that, I'll probably just toss it to Indy. He's the dock guy here who's been just a tremendous help with everything. So he says rum never goes bad. I believe him and I agree with him. This here is a dive bag that I'm also bringing. This is a beast, but we'll get it home. And yeah, everything is looking good. It's gonna be really sad to leave her. All right, so this is the last day on the boat, last and final day. Got pretty much everything out of here. It's just some junk over here I have to get rid of. But now I think I'm basically just going to wipe everything down. And then we gotta take it off the dock and go put it on a mooring ball where it'll sit until somebody decides to buy her. Last night sleeping on old Roman Rose. Ran the AC for a little bit and cooled her down and had a nice snooze, which I hadn't gotten since I've gotten here, so felt really nice. But I'm gonna get going to wiping, and I think I have about two and a half hours until I gotta hit the road and go to the airport. So I'm gonna get to it. So I just finished everything, and let's just have a quick look-see. Who knows, maybe this boat will still be for sale, and if anybody's watching this video, they get a quick look at a clean interior of this thing. We're gonna start with the forward cabin, which is really dark. I don't know if anybody can see that. And then we'll move aft. So we got the main head here, galley, in the aft stateroom. There she is. She looks good. It's kind of sad to leave her when she's looking this good, but on to another owner, and we're on to another boat.
As of the time of making this video, our boat roaming Rose is for sale and listed on all the usual classified sites such as Yacht World and Boats.com. She currently sits on a mooring ball in Prickly Bay, Grenada, giving any buyer the benefit of skipping the strenuous journey of the thorny patch and starting in the beautiful Caribbean from the moment they buy her.
Had to come on here one more time to grab the trash. Yep, there it is. The Missy girl.
If anyone watching this or maybe a friend by ear is interested, we will leave details and contact info in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you'd like to continue the support, please like and subscribe. Our Patreon is now live as well if you're interested in ad-free videos and exclusive content.